Hey, it's BrickTsar. It's time for Veda. That's vlog every day in April. And today I'm going to be talking about Monday because it's Monday. And I don't usually feel like Benny here on Mondays. Benny's always really excited. I don't look forward to Monday morning. So what's the best thing about Monday? Probably midnight. Yeah. But no, I was thinking if I didn't actually go work for another company, go work a job where I earn money from anything other than self-employed, I probably would actually like Mondays. And I don't dread them, but yeah, I mean, when the weekend's over and you got to go back to work, it's no fun. So let's not talk about Monday anymore. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Lego. And I'm going to answer a BAT question. And for those that have never watched this before, BAT means BrickTsar Answer Thingy. I didn't come up with the name, actually, but that's what we call it. It's BrickTsar Answer Thingy. So I answer a question, and we have a video that was submitted, and that was from the last BAT. I'll put a link to it. I'm not going to include it in this video, but it's from Mardi Gras Man 23. And he asked the question about Lego, is it overproduced? And I'm standing here in my BrickLink store. This is where I sell Lego pieces, and I got a lot of pieces. And the question about being overproduced is related to comic books, baseball cards, which over the years did become overproduced. And let's talk about it. Look, it's a big box of Naboo spheres. I have about close to 400 Naboo spheres, so that's probably 399 too many. So can Lego be overproduced? Well, it's possible that there could be pieces that aren't really useful to using mocks, my own creations. So like this sphere, I don't think a lot of people have found much use for it. But in general, Lego's not going to run into the problem, as my box lid keeps falling down, that comic books did. Comic books were hurt, and baseball cards too, by speculators. That's where people will buy multiple copies of an issue because they looked at like old issues that really went up in value because they were scarce, and then everybody wanted them later and they couldn't get them because there weren't many produced. So people thought, well, if I buy 100 of this comic book, if it goes up in value, I'll have more to sell. Well, that's not how it worked, and you'll end up with things like I did. Go ahead and let the lid close. This is some Deathmate comic books. This was a Valiant and Image crossover. Image was doing really good, where a lot of artists and creators for comic books went over there and they formed that company. Valiant was doing very good for a short while in the early 90s, but about the time they decided to go in and do this crossover is when it just really kind of tanked, and they were overproduced. So, and then I was guilty of it. In order to get a special edition, platinum edition comic book, you had to buy like 75 of these. So I did, just to get the one special edition comic book. And you see what the retail price was there, $3. So you just figure it out. And this comic book here, I would probably do good to get $2.95 for it today. Probably would do good to get 95 cents. Probably would do good to get 20 cents. It's worthless, pretty much. I don't know. I'll go put it on eBay, see if anybody will buy it. So yeah, that's what hurt the comic book business, and yeah, I was a part of it, but I don't do that anymore with the comic books. So I don't think Lego can be overproduced at this time. I do think that speculators can hurt things like I'm particularly get upset at people that will go into like a Toys R Us when they put out the new poly bags. These are little $4 and $5 sets, and they'll buy all of them, and they don't leave any for anybody else. Toys R Us doesn't put a limit on them. So people like that, they hoard them, and then they wait till they go up in value so they can sell them later on eBay or something. And yeah, you might think, oh, you're a hypocrite. No. I part out stuff. I do sell things later at a higher price too with sets, but I just think that they should put lot limits on things, and that's what I think can hurt the hobby, is when people are just buying up sets. The kids don't ever get a chance to get them, and I think that hurts the hobby. But Lego is really good, because if you buy directly from Lego, they do put lot limits on what you can buy. You know, sometimes when it's clearance, they'll let you buy as many as you want. But usually the newer stuff, they put a limit of maybe 5. It just depends on what type of item it is. Like, they'll probably let you buy as many base plates as you want, and you can always go back and buy more. So it's going to be very hard for Lego to be overproduced, because when you buy multiples of things, you know, I got all kinds of things that I got multiples of and different types of pieces, and those can be used to make bigger and better mocks up. I think it's not a problem with Lego. What do you guys think? Do you think it's possible for Lego to ever really be overproduced? Now, they've made some really sets that nobody wanted, but I don't think it can really be overproduced. Anyway, that's my answer to Mardi Gras Man 23's question, and I'll put a link to the next video for that BrickTsar answer thingy that I will answer in an upcoming video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye Monday.